welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Xillia HD Blind, and also Happy Tales of Berseria Day! Woohoo! I am of course not playing it yet, because I am not about to start a playthrough of two Tales games at the same time. I'm pretty sure my brain would explode. First of all, this is unfortunately the second time I'm recording this. The first time I recorded, I had a slight issue where my recording software crashed, and so it's weird. The first 2 minutes of the game, my, commentary didn't get recorded, and then the last 30 minutes of the recording, the game sounds didn't get recorded. There are some of you that I know are super, know I want to see your initial impressions at all times, and so I am including a link in the description below to that video, but be warned, it's like there's no commentary the first 2 minutes, and then no game sounds the last 30 minutes. There's nothing I can do about that. So, I'm going to be doing my best to have the same insight here, if I can remember what was said, but be aware that's what's going on. So, oh, that's right. I should do this off-screen last time, but he actually did get his Lilium Orb up and running. So, I actually found out that you need this one to make him expand out. Because that's what actually causes it to push out. So here's my question, is there a way you can tell which one it is? I mean, because now that I have that, there's a, white glow around it, so I'm guessing that that is the crucial one. It considers, vitality be his, primary stat, I guess? I don't really know. So, because him it took forever to get out, whereas I think Jude actually got his 4th expansion relatively quickly. I just don't know, guys. I am not the super smart one.
And I have awakened yet another level of hidden talent.
Good for you, I'm proud of you. So, before we push on into the Sea Haven and sail away, people did tell me that if you go back to Dameol, there is a very easily missed cutscene that will show up and allow you, that will show up when you go back to a mill with Eliza in your party. Things like that I don't really mind, but like I've said before, you have to give me a chance to miss it before you tell me it's there. Hello, villagers. Alvin's always so distant.
Soldiers would come here.
Well, that's what soldiers do. If they were just guards, they'd be guards. Soldiers explicitly go to different places.
I knew we should have never kept that strange girl here.
No child that age should be able to use spirit arts like that.
Now here's something that's
not normal.
Here's something that's interesting there. Again, one of the things that is an ongoing theory that I have is that the soldiers came here for Eliza, not for us. And the fact that they said, I can't believe soldiers came here, we shouldn't have kept that strange girl here, seems to support that. However, when we got back to town, they also said that, we had caused the village to suffer. So it's like they're dual blaming. It almost just sounds like they just generally think outsiders are the cause of all their ills, whether they have evidence for that or not.
It doesn't matter. We couldn't refuse Chief Zhao's requests after he forgave our tribute debts during the famine.
And that's another interesting thing, because Chief Zhao is forgiving debts that this village owes, which means he's not the chief of the village. The mayor is the leader of this village. Chief Zhao is the chief of something else. We don't know what that other thing is, but it kind of sets his relationship with this village in a whole new light.
That may be, but he's an outsider too. They're nothing but trouble.
Don't you remember when they stole our prized apples and porridges?
Well, I'm sure something like... And, what?
And to add insult to injury, we found out they were growing them outside without our permission.
Now, what's extra funny about... sorry guys, I didn't mean to lean on your face. What's extra funny about that is that doesn't this village sell apples? Or are they purely for the villagers? Neither would surprise me, but if they sell them, then how the heck can you blame them for people growing apples outside without their permission? If you know the seeds are inside the apple, right?
Our ancestors built this village from nothing, without help from anybody else.
We built this country.
The only people we can trust are each other.
Exactly right.
Yet they were awfully neighborly when they first met me.
Elise, you shouldn't listen to them.
Why? Those were their true feelings.
I feel like Tipo is just an extension of Elise's personality, and whenever she wants to say something but she's not sure it's appropriate, she just makes Tipo say it.
an egg in my porridge.
And that man patched up the holes in the shed that we stayed in.
I feel like this village suffers tremendously from mob mentality, where all of them are relatively decent people by themselves, but there's just these ideas they have that feed off one another.
I think you could count those as their true feelings, too.
Agreed. If they didn't truly believe in helping others, it would be difficult for them to survive way out here.
Then why did they chase Elise out?
Sometimes you have to cut off outsiders to protect the people on the inside.
Yeah, but not now. They're not even threatened by anything except the soldiers, which we still don't really know why the soldiers even came.
Staying alive isn't always pretty.
It's a matter of priorities, I suppose.
Ugh. Okay, and then the other reason we came here is that we found out, or more correctly we were told, but inside this house you can get an apple, and I need to get an apple. Yoink. I also feel a little bit bad. They were just talking about how outsiders came in and stole from them and took their prized apples, and then I'm like, oh wow, yeah, outsiders are assholes. And then I come back and I steal their prized apples. So let's very quickly go to Niakara, turn in this apple, and then proceed with the plot. Woo! Hey kid, want an apple? Yeah, you brought me an apple! Thanks, Lord Maxwell! These are so good, you won't even believe it. It does look quite appetizing. They're really good, really, truly incredibly good. So good. Yes, you're right. I want you to have this. But, you didn't get it for anyone. You had us go get it for you. I'm sure it tastes wonderful. But it's okay. So yeah, instead of a delicious apple, we get a drippy nose. Because that's a thing. Like, why would I ever want that? Alright, and back to the Andari Sea Haven. I don't remember all these guys being here before. Soda Rice. I did rescue her! I forgot I did that. Huzzah! And then the other thing I need to do, need to do is very quickly come in here, expand the armor shop. You can have some fish. You can have some crystals, because apparently crystals never go to anything. And then I want to buy this stuff. I just get iron mail. God damn it. I just bought you something else. Son of a two. I actually think I bought more stuff that time, because when I did it on the other playthrough, I did not get iron mail for him. But you know, I do actually legit need better armor, because I've been neglecting it for a really long time.
Excuse me, when is the next ship leaving for Fenmont?
I'm afraid the Rashugal government has blockaded the capital and its surrounding regions.
I don't know how many ships Fenmont has at its disposal, but holy crap. I mean, it's pretty easy to block off the capital, but the surrounding regions, I mean, they're just making a freaking wall. It's like a floating Trump wall.
That means all scheduled voyages to Fenmont have been canceled. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Are any ships sailing?
Sorry, ma'am. But the route to Sapstrath Sea Haven is still open. Would you like a ticket to Sapstrath Sea Haven?
Man, this guy is super good at upselling. We just asked if there were any other routes, you know, at all, and he's like, well, this one's open. Do you want a ticket? I've got a ticket. I've got tickets right here. Give you a ticket.
Very well. Please board the ship and await departure.
I am ready to go. Oh yeah, this scene. This is where we find out that Alvin secretly gets carrier pigeons with secret missives, and he's actually the Sheena of this game.
That's not something you see every day. You get your mail by carrier pigeon?
Something like that. It's how I keep in touch with someone special from afar. I told her a beautiful woman has appeared in my life.
Oh, I did. I actually, the first time I watched the scene, I didn't notice he said told her, and so I thought it was just a special individual.
Hey, I didn't know you were married.
Do I look like the marrying type to you, Mr. Honor Student?
Doesn't hurt to be a grade A student. I've forgotten the lyrics of that song.
Huh? You mean you're not?
Who knows?
He's not. I'm calling it now.
Oh, looks like we're about to depart.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's the ocean. Rather poorly rendered. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do for... And actually, that's a lake, not an ocean. Well, I don't know. It depends on how big the map is.
I've never seen the sea before.
Impressive, huh?
It's just a bunch of water in a place.
Just what was that girl doing in the village?
Wasn't she being held captive?
Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe she was being protected. Elise?
Tipo, look!
I don't know why... I still don't know what that's about. Why she, like, shrieked.
Well, hey! Check out that water! You'd die if you fell in.
Tiba is such a, like, obnoxious... Unlike...
She's not a bad girl.
Well, no one said she was.
It doesn't seem that way.
I wonder if we'll find someone who'll take her in.
That's your responsibility. You'll have to find someone on your own.
She's going to stay in the party the whole game. I've seen her in the intro video.
Right. I guess she really is mad.
Isn't she always like that?
Yeah, like, that's a little abrupt. I mean, I don't think she's always like that.
To be honest, I thought for sure she was gonna shoot down your idea to bring the girl along.
Why?
She's just so single-minded. I bet she'd kick a puppy if it got in the way of her
She
mission.
would not.
Come on. Mila isn't that cold-blooded.
I wonder. Speaking of her mission, I hear you two had a rough time at that lab in Fenmont.
That seems incredibly forced. And it makes me wonder why... Because it's like, originally he was just looking at his money, but now he knows that she is Maxwell. He really, really seems to be digging for information with lines like that.
Did Mila tell you about it?
Well, she must have swiped something big from there, huh, kid? Some juicy national secret that got the army all riled up.
I mean, it's not implausible that he's just genuinely curious about this, but just the fact that he's getting secret messages from somewhere, and now he's just all of a sudden, hey, give me all the information about this event, for reasons.
I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
Don't play coy, kid. I'll find out eventually. Why not just tell me now? It'll be our little secret.
Jude's eyes look so angry in this scene. He's like, you're patronizing
I'm
me.
sorry. I really don't know.
Well, I guess she really doesn't trust us.
Look at him trying to just, like, spin things.
No, that's not true. Wait here. I'll go ask her.
No, no. If you really don't know about it, then forget I asked. I mean that. I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
But
I doubt she'll take kindly to me poking my nose in her business.
This is that awkward moment where Alvin apparently thinks that Jude is more naive than Mila to think that that's honestly what's going on.
So don't tell her I asked, okay?
Because it's like, Mila will believe anything. She doesn't know a darn thing.
all right, got it.
I've never understood that. Why are there two ships there?
Hey, we better get our stuff.
Or is that just like two? I mean, that's a really weird way of making a ship.
You're right. Looks like we're almost there.
I wonder how tight Rashugal's security is right now.
Tighter than a...
Mila! Mila's our pal!
Oh,
Mila's like, God damn it.
Looks like everyone's getting along, at least.
That is also so forced.
Don't worry. Everything will work out.
Looks like security's not so tight after all.
That's another thing that I was a little bit confused about, because I thought that the Sea Haven was on the border to Rashugal, but apparently, I guess it is, but it's on Rashugal's side. I did not think, I thought it was a, like, not controlled Sea Haven.
Soldiers are still patrolling, though. We'll have to be careful.
Always.
Strange. What changed? They were deploying soldiers across the border to find us before.
Again, I'm not entirely sure that's true, because we've gotten two different stories from Hamil on why the soldiers were there. Some say they were there because of Eliza, and some of them say they were there because of us. I honestly think that that village just blames anything and everything that happens on outsiders. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them say it's Zhao's fault.
Maybe they found something more important to do than chase after us.
I'm not complaining. Let's avoid the soldiers and head to Fenmont.
Hang in there, Elise. It'll just be a little while longer till we reach the city. Then I'm sure we'll find the perfect person to take you in.
What? But
Yeah, that's kind of a jerky thing to say. I mean, I don't think he means to be jerky.
What the hey are you talking about?
That could have gone better. He just told the little lady he's unloading her on a perfect
Exactly.
stranger.
That's not quite how you broached that subject. I didn't think they talked about it.
That's news to her. No wonder she looks surprised.
And he thinks I'm inconsiderate.
He's just a kid.
Alvin seems very, very... I don't want to say fatherly, because I don't think this is a, like, Aaron situation, but he just... Jude obviously reminds me of someone.
Nothing.
Alright. Hello. You have a quest, sir.
Trust me, the beds are way softer at the inn here than anywhere else.
I love that he has that piece of information memorized. You know, if he asked me where the softest beds were, I'd be like, oh.
You focus on the strangest things.
All right, I'm checking in.
Can we really afford to relax like this?
Sure.
Be careful, Elise. A sailor in the Sea Haven has been staring at you.
Please tell me this isn't some sort of, like, weird pedophile subplot.
Oh, I didn't notice anything.
We might just be overthinking things, but he might know something. Maybe we should chat him up.
That's another thing. I got that last time as well, but I have no idea which sailor they're talking about. They just said a sailor. Is it you? Oh, I don't think I found this guy before. But I'm almost positive I haven't. Nope, this is brand new for me. I love T-Po's sound effects.
Hey, buddy. I know our little lady's cute and all, but could you stop leering at her?
Oh, sorry. I just couldn't help but notice that stuffed doll she's got.
That is true, that is a rather difficult thing to not notice.
You want a piece of Tipo, pal?
Aha! I knew it! This one talks too!
Two? That's interesting.
You mean you've seen a talking doll like this before?
Oh yeah, they look just like that one.
That might be Tipo's family.
Where did you see it?
A traveling merchant was selling them here a little while ago. He said he was heading west.
You're selling family members? You're selling people? Cheapo is people.
That must be Sherrilton.
So there might be other Tipos besides Tipo?
I'm pretty sure that his name is not the race name.
That is a possibility.
my family?
Wow. These new toys are so impressive. Now I wish I'd bought one for my daughter.
I don't know. I'm kind of would not want Tipo to be, like, around my kid. Alright, any other quests? I don't think I remember any, but... You have one, Mr. Soldier. Greetings, Fred. I don't think I found him either. People call me the Amazing Bounty Hunter. How would you folks like to help me with a little job? If you help me, I'll tell you why people call me the Amazing Bounty Hunter. Okay. Don't worry, if things turn heavy, my amazing self will be right there with you. So basically, this guy subcontracts out other people to do his work for him. Hey, you know, I mean, whatever works, if you can find people dumb enough to do it. And then lastly, I love that this is missable. At least I think it's missable. This game really seems, and if this is the case, this is awesome. Where a lot of its skits and a lot of its scenes are missable, but the game references them, so as long as you pay attention, you'll end up finding them. Once, not long ago, the destiny of Rashugal was forged right here in Shapstrath. It was an epic battle called the Procella Miracle, in which Rashugal crushed the armies of 3 enemy nations in a single day. I was there myself, fighting for my homeland. It's a miraculous victory, one that ultimately led to the direction of the Shapstrath Convention. Cat! Why'd you do that? These are interesting uniforms. So, like, the female sailors have a completely different sailor uniform, if you will. Absolutely. Because this is actually a very, very major scene, and I do actually legit wonder if it's missable.
Please, I'm in a hurry.
What is it?
That woman. Quite a looker, eh? What do you think?
This again?
Alvin does have a pretty one-track mind.
Found you, Cat. Now come with us, or else.
Never mind. Just cancel my reservation.
It's a good thing Jude walked, or not a good thing. I wish Jude hadn't walked away from this scene, because I feel like he would have gone and stopped them right there instead of Alvin, like, waits around.
Alvin?
I can't believe we fell for your pathetic lies.
Oh, Jesus. Another scene where, like, some relative innocent is just getting beaten up. Although, at the same time, unlike last episode where the entire village was, like, more or less torturing Eliza, this time we don't know the backstory, and it is possible that whatever she's doing, you know, she actually deserves some sort of retribution. Although, even then, I have a really, really, really hard time mentally justifying beating up someone who isn't defending themselves. Violence, for me, should always be used in self-defense. If someone has done something wrong, you can apprehend them, but if they give themselves up, then you don't, you know, physical violence is not ever justified.
Please, I beg you, let me go. Please, you don't understand.
Who are you working for? Tell us.
Because that's the thing, it's like, she's not, you know, this is just violence for the sake of violence.
What are you doing?
I think the lady's had enough.
Mind your own business. You don't know what she's done.
You could tell us, I would actually really like to know.
Alvin, what's going on?
Damn it. He's got friends. Let's get out of here.
That line is the funniest line of the episode. Because I'm just sorry, these guys are beating up on a girl, and then a clearly experienced and heavily armed mercenary walks up, and they're like, hey, get out of this, you don't know what she's done. And then the, like, high school kid with no obvious weapons shows up, and they're like, crap, he's got a friend. The little teenager, we aren't worried about this guy with a massive sword, but this little teenager, he's trouble. And they actually run for it.
Cab was it? That's an unusual name.
Why did you help me? You don't know what they'll do to you.
I don't think Alvin is really worried about a couple of, what am I trying to say? A couple of local yokels that are afraid of a high school kid.
Well, how do I put this?
He can't help it. Alvin's always had a weakness for pretty faces.
That's my Jude. Always kidding around.
It's interesting that Alvin's slightly embarrassed by that. I wouldn't think he would shy away from that fact.
Now, how about you take her back to the inn and tend to her wounds?
As you command, sir.
She couldn't be one of them. Could she?
And this is where, I really, I was somewhat joking before about him being this game's Sheena and, having a spy network, but now I'm starting to really, he's much deeper, and he's not just the, like, layabout mercenary. There's stuff going on with Alvin.
Oh, hey. Have you seen Kat today?
She left before dawn.
Hey, over here!
Now that's interesting. That actually means Alvin's been keeping an eye on her all night.
What's going on?
This was no accident. Who would do such a thing?
Is this guy some sort of forensic expert? How can you tell it's not an accident? I mean, I guess I don't know. There could be, like, stab marks on her back or something, but it looks like she just fell.
Kat!
Did you know her? I'm sorry, but she's already gone.
What happened? Was it those two men from yesterday?
No, it wasn't them.
Do you know who did this?
Hey, could you give us a moment here? It won't take
that
long.
hesitation. Now here's what, and this is something I thought of when I played this the first time, so this isn't me, like, realizing on the second playthrough, because I'm kind of proud of this. I feel like, with that hesitation and the fact that Alvin kept an eye on her the entire time, I feel like Alvin may be the one that killed her. And his actions make sense without him being the one that killed her, but I feel like that would be the, finger quotes, twist they're going for with this.
She never came out and said so, but I suspect Kat was a member of the Rats.
Well, why would a person named Kat join something called the Rats? That doesn't make any sense.
The Rats?
That's what they call the female spy organization that works for the Octal clan. They're one of the shadier tribes in Azul.
So it's a female spy
The
organization.
Rats use women to gather intelligence. As their name implies, they sneak in anywhere, like rodents.
Now that's interesting, because they call it, I didn't notice this before, but they call it the Female Spy Network, which originally, well, I'll get to that in a second. One second.
They're pretty well known in Azul.
I can't believe it.
I don't think those thugs from yesterday had caught on to her real identity.
But Alvin is obviously familiar enough with their ways that he picked up on, who she probably was just from a, like, short glance.
They must have been from the group she was spying on. They wouldn't have gone this far.
Then who?
Other Rats. With her cover blown, she became a liability.
That's the line. Originally when I read that, I forgot they said a female spy agency. I thought it was just a information agency, and I thought maybe because they said they use women to gather information, which would imply they may use men for, like, enforcers or something. However, if that's the case, they wouldn't have called it a female intelligence agency. So I don't think Alvin is actually a rat, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's being truthful here.
I had a hunch that she might have been a spy, but this might be my fault.
It might be your fault. I'm not actually sure whether or not he killed her. It would make sense. He was definitely super hyper interested in her. Although the other question is, if she left before dawn and he was keeping an eye on her, how did she die this, close and him not realize it?
No, this isn't your fault.
I think it might be, Jude. I think it might be.
You guys done?
Yeah, thanks for that.
He didn't sound like he was so concerned. Are you done? Okay, well, I have to walk away.
Yeah, these things happen. You just have to put it out of your mind. You can't save everyone, kid.
So this has actually been a really, really interesting episode for Alvin. I've learned quite a few things, and I
So
like
what's
it.
keeping this Tipo thing floating in the air like that?
Who knows? Sheer talent, I guess.
Obviously, it's spiritual energy, which actually makes me. I wonder if Tipo is himself a spirit. Is he drawing on his own power? Because spiritual energy seems very, very inconsistent and non-reliable. Oh, I'd forgotten about this. Yeah, this is obviously a throwback to Tales of Xillia.
Those wanted posters. Is that Jude and Mila? Wow, you both look so evil.
And poorly made.
That's supposed to be Jude and I?
Well, this is lucky. If that's what they're looking for, there's no way they'll ever catch us.
These are awful.
Oh, I'm sure this can't be fun at your age. Kids can be so self-conscious.
No, I don't care about me, but Mila looks terrible.
He's right. This is quite unfortunate. The whole reason I assumed this form is because its appearance is effective against men. Half the human population.
You see, that's interesting. I feel like Maxwell is. I like. Do you refer to her as a, because it's Lord Maxwell, so I feel like the actual default personality is male, and they just took female form. So is that? Is she transgender? What exactly is that considered?
But if I'm as ugly as I appear in that poster, I need to fundamentally reevaluate my strategy.
Wow, that is diabolical. I had no idea.
Jude, be honest with me. Am I attractive from a male perspective?
Well...
Yes, the answer is yes.
You're beautiful, in my opinion.
And sexy. Ellie says she wants to look just like you.
That's the lines like that made me wonder if Tipo is really an extension of her personality, or if he just has a mental connection with her.
Tipo!
You have nothing to worry about, Mila.
So, what would you say are her finest features?
Of course, Alvin pushes on.
Oh, maybe how good she smells, or those amazing curves.
Yes, I see. Thank you for your invaluable opinion.
Kind of surprised he answered.
My. Our little Jude is becoming a man.
I was just speaking objectively.
Kitty. You there! Would you like to hear my story? Come now, don't be like that. Linger a moment, bring an old man some joy. She's like, what kind of story? You don't want to go there. Give the guy an inch and he'll take a mile. Don't worry, young man. I promise the story will be worth your time. Why, it might even save your life. Well, that's more like it. Now hear my tale of Monster. Many years ago, a young man named Trill lived among the northern... I feel like Trill is a name I've heard before in this game. Trill had a talent for controlling monsters. Unusual gift that gave him the ability to draw the monster's hidden power. Trill's genius was not so easily sated. He began to dabble in forbidden arts, like most people do. By dabbling with monsters' mana lobes, he sought to create a monster that would grow stronger with every battle. One wonders, don't most monsters do that anyway? I mean, you gain experience through fighting. I assume monsters would be the same way. That's not possible? No, but Trill did it all the same. After about 20 years of research, he created 6 new monsters. These creatures, with their hyper-enlarged mana lobes, could cast a new spirit out of pure instincts. Each of the 6 monsters had a weapon growing out of its body, as if each was the living incarnation of the weapon itself. Those weapons were dubbed the Devil's Arms, and the monsters themselves called the Devil's Beasts. I don't know why use a mercenary. I never heard a story like that. Of course you haven't, young man. 20 years ago, Trill took the 6 Devil's Beasts and led them into a great war. A huge tsunami hit the battlefield and washed everyone away, including Trill. And thus the secret knowledge needed to create those monsters was lost. But the story's not over yet, young man. You see, the Devil's Beast didn't die that day. Trill's death released them, and this day they still roam free somewhere in the world. So the Devil's Beast grows strong with every fight? Oh, that was Jude. Whoops. I did. I've been fighting for over 20 years. I can't imagine how strong they must have become. So listen well. If you see a monster with a web growing out of his body, don't attempt to fight it. That's the moral of the little story and the secret to a longer life. Alright, and with that we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Next time we go across the Sapstrath High Road. Try and find more of the hidden treasure. Yep, and as you can see, boom. Saving over the save that was the exact same from previously, because this is, like I said, the second time I've done this. Sorry about not being able to be fully blind, but hey, if you want to hear the blind commentary, it is below, and if not, I did a pretty good job emulating it, I think. I didn't try and fake and come to fake a conclusion in real time. I would always somewhat acknowledge when it was a masterful thought I had before, but other times I just try to talk about the same thing I talked about last time. So overall, good job on my part. I give myself 2 thumbs up and a pat on the back. See you next time, guys.